Today I will show you my ultimate VWAP QQE strategy for trading stocks that's almost never wrong when it comes to trade entries. If used correctly, this method can double, triple or even quadruple your account size in a matter of weeks. And to prove that this is not all talk, I will test the strategy 100 times with an initial account size set at $100 and 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. So make sure you stay focused and learn this amazing technique that you won't find anywhere else on YouTube. Okay, without further ado, let's dive into it. First of all, open the tradingview.com and set the time frame to 5 minutes. Then click on the indicators tab. Now you're going to need to add 3 indicators to the chart. So for the first indicator, search for volume weighted average price and select this indicator that you see on the technicals. The volume weighted average price, or VWAP, is a technical analysis indicator used on intraday charts that resets at the start of every new trading session. It's a trading benchmark that represents the average price a security has traded at throughout the day based on both volume and price. VWAP is important because it provides traders with pricing insight into both the trend and value of a security. This indicator consists of the baseline, which is colored in blue, and upper and lower bands. These bands can be quite useful, but for the strategy I'm about to show you, we're only gonna need the VWAP. So in the start section of the indicator, let's disable the upper and lower bands. Okay, now let's add the next indicator to the chart. For that, you need to type in QQE signals. It's going to be this indicator by Colin MCK. This indicator is much easier to read than a regular QQE because it prints long and short signals directly on a chart. So the next step will be to access the indicator settings and in the input section change the RSI length from 14 to 20, the RSI smoothing from 5 to 10, and the fast QQE factor to 3. These are currently the best settings I have found for this indicator. Finally, let's install the third indicator to the chart. Simply type in Auto Trendline and select this indicator by Doji Emoji. This indicator will basically help us identify lower highs and higher lows in the market. By the way, the settings will be on default. Okay, the setup is ready. Now let's learn how we should place buy and sell orders with this strategy. So for a valid long entry, you need to have the following conditions met. First, the price action must be moving above the VWAP and the line must be pointing upwards. Second, the market needs to make a pullback into the VWAP. During the pullback, the candlestick can either touch the line or get really close to it. Third, the price action must be making higher lows. This is an ultimate confirmation of an uptrend. And finally, the QQE indicator must print a long signal. A buy order will be placed at the close of the candlestick. The stop loss is going to be set slightly below the recent swing. The take profit target will be set at 3 times the risk. If the market moves in your favor and it reaches the risk reward ratio of 1 to 1, your stop loss is going to be moved to the break even. When the price action reaches the reward risk ratio of 2 to 1, you're going to set your stop loss at 1.5 risk reward. By doing so, you're maximizing the profits and minimizing the risk. On this particular trade, we can see that the market completely hit our target. Here's another example for a long trade. We can see the market is moving above the VWAP, the line is pointing upwards, we had a pullback into the VWAP, after the pullback the QQE issued a long signal, and the price action is making higher lows. In this example, the market reached the reward risk ratio of 2 to 1. This means that our stop loss was set at 1.5 times the risk. A few candlesticks later, the market triggered it, and we closed this trade with a nice profit. Alright, now let's learn the short positions. So first, the price action must be moving below the VWAP, the line must be pointing downwards, the market must form a pullback. During the pullback, the candlestick can either touch the line or get really close to it. If the price action crosses and closes above the VWAP, the pullback automatically becomes invalid. The next condition is to have lower highs formed in the market, and the final condition is to have the QQE print a short signal. The stop loss is going to be set slightly above the recent swing, and we're going to target 3 times the risk. But remember, as soon as the price action reaches a risk reward ratio of 1 to 1, your stop loss is going to be moved to the break even. Once the price action reaches 1 to 2 risk reward, the stop loss is going to be moved to 1.5 risk reward. And when the market reaches the risk reward of 1 to 3, your trade is automatically closed. Here's another sell example. We see all the conditions are met. The price is moving below the VWAP. The line has a downward slope. The market is making lower highs. We had a valid pullback, and the QQE printed a signal to sell. A few candlesticks later, the market reached a risk-reward ratio of 1:2, so we moved our stop loss to 1 to 1.5 risk-reward. The market successfully reached it, and we closed the trade with a profit. And the reason we move our stop loss to the break-even as soon as the price action reaches a risk-reward of 1 to 1 is to simply protect ourselves from taking unnecessary losing trades. Just take a look at these two examples. If we had not moved the stop loss to the break-even, these trades could have resulted in losses. Okay traders, I hope you have understood the rules. Now let's move on to the backtesting to find out how well this strategy works in different market conditions. So the backtesting is finally finished and the results look really promising. The win rate for the strategy is 77%, and because our risk reward was 1 to 3, the strategy increased the account size by over 1700%. The profit factor is 7.41, and we had 13 consecutive wins against 3 consecutive losses. So definitely give the strategy a go, but make sure you forward test it with paper money before trading live. You can use it for trading all types of stocks. For example, let's check the Tesla. As we can see, it works almost all the time. Okay traders, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, then smash the like button as it really helps with the channel. By the way, if you want to see more high win rate strategies, check out this playlist right here.